think I've performed at First Ave like 5 times.
For
4
real?
times. Yeah, 4 or 5 times. So, yeah.
Main room or 7th Street?
7th Street 4 times.
It ain't
Main
that I
room.
can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the South Side? Well, my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. FaceTime, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it.
I mean, we didn't know he was gonna do it.
Okay. So he was really spitting then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He can rap. I'll give him that. He can rap.
That's what.
He's a cornball, but he can
Yep.
rap.
That's what Jake Giller tells me.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. He can rap. All right, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Let's
another
get
episode
it.
of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
A Water Wave member.
Yes, sir.
We got Kelvino.
What's
Welcome,
up? What's
man.
up? What's up?
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. 2019.
You've been out here putting in work, growing. I've been out here putting in work, growing.
Yes.
And here we are.
I'm glad. I'm glad to see you again. I'm glad to see you here. in
Likewise,
this.
man.
The space I feel like is greater too.
This is yeah, this is different. This is different level right here for sure.
Yes, sir.
So, man, you've been doing a lot. Waterwave's still going strong. You've been out here getting on stages,
Sir.
consistently dropping and making and dropping music. Big stages too. I mean, you've been doing, opening for some bigger acts. You've been in First Ave.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that. I mean, so the First Ave show with Casey.
Oh man. So we it was just a blessing.
This was
blessing.
was this a Waterwave event?
No. So like we were actually taking part of like the event, just kind of like footage for the event, I'd say.
Yeah.
For Casey at least. That event was hosted by I don't remember. Oh yeah. That was at Exchange. So that was not at first. Yeah. Monarch? Oh shit. Yeah, that was at Monarch. That was Monarch. So yeah, I was at Monarch. Opening up for Casey. Polo Scott hit us
good to
up.
have a handler,
Yes,
huh?
it's very great to have a handler. Dude makes sure he's got my mind and recollection over there. But yeah, no,
The first
Polo
album was the 1000 Band Fonny.
1000 Band
That was
Fonny,
First Ave.
First Ave, yes sir. And
But
then
let's continue with the Casey.
yes sir, Casey was basically Polo Scott hit Eric up and was like, "Yo, does Kelvino want to perform a few songs at Monarch before Casey comes out?"
Just off the love.
Yo, yeah, off the love. And basically we just turned it up really quick before Casey came out, and it was just a vibe. I mean, I didn't really talk to him too much, but he was just had a good vibe.
I mean, so I've never met Casey, and I don't know that many people that have met Casey because he doesn't seem to like be. Oh, he kind of moves like a celebrity, right? Like, is that the vibe you got? Does he move that way when he's here?
I'd say nah. Like I'd say like out of a lot of artists, at least that are bigger, like at least he kind of shows a lot of love. I see a lot of people that I know in his like crowd, in his group. So like to me, it's kind of like I wouldn't say as much of a celebrity. Obviously, you're signed and you're on XXL. So like I'd say you are kind of a celebrity, but I wouldn't say like he doesn't act Hollywood or anything like that. Like
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's very good. So I mean, let's talk a little bit more about. Talk to me about the First Ave experience. I mean, that's a badge of honor.
Yeah, I think I've performed at First Ave like 5 times. 4
real?
times. Yeah, 4 or 5 times. So, yeah.
Main room or 7th Street?
7th Street 4 times.
Well,
main room 1 time.
That's what I'm talking
Yes, sir.
Main
so,
room is what I want.
yeah. Main room. So, that was kind of like a really cool show. It was put on by promoter named Tayo. And I know he puts on like a lot of events at like Rain and like the Armory and stuff like that. And I think he just decided to like put on a show with like a bunch of Minnesota artists. And I ended up being on the lineup. Nimic, Revenue, or Revy now was on the lineup, and Party Alone was on the lineup. It was kind of like, Yeah, Party Alone was with Nimic on the lineup, and it was kind of like before he blew up, if that makes sense.
Who was the headliner?
I'm pretty sure Nimic was supposed to be, or Jackie. Tayo had like an artist named Jackie. Yeah. I think that's her name.
Jaki.
Yep.
Super talented.
Yeah. Good singer,
And
for sure.
So damn fine. I'll say it. You ain't gotta say it.
He said it.
Yeah. But she is. She's beautiful. Beautiful. I remember the flyer because I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure who she was at the time, but I know that she put on a show for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? I mean, that's for a lot of artists. They go their whole career without touching that stage.
For real. It was honestly like kind of like crazy. There wasn't like a crazy amount of people in the crowd, like, to be honest, but like it was just surreal, kind of just feeling like the presence of like all the greats that have been there.
For sure.
I definitely want to like perform for a sold out crowd and get my star up there, but I'd say that would be an even more surreal feeling is performing for a sold out crowd.
For sure. But still, that's
always a blessing.
That's a big deal.
For sure.
So let's talk a little bit about, the team, the Waterwave team, man.
The guys.
You guys have been going for, quite some time now, and it seems to just be only getting bigger and bigger. And you know what? I'm actually, I don't think I've talked to Eric a couple times. I've interviewed him a couple times. I've never really asked. Like, I don't really know everybody's role exactly in Waterwave. Like, I don't know, like, what is your role at Waterwave?
I would say a lot of my role is kind of surrounded by quality control. I'd say I touch a lot of the things, most of the things that are being done in Waterwave, and I just try to like tighten it up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even just like kind of just setting examples and creating a foundation.
Yeah.
That's kind of just been my role
Okay.
in terms of the store and the brand.
Yeah. I mean, are you involved with the store like on a day-to-day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every day I work.
That's your job.
Yeah. That's my job. That's how I make money.
I mean, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I like I said, it's a blessing just being in the shoes that I've gotten to be in is it's kind of just surreal. I never would have thought that this is where we would have been 5 years ago.
Do you have a boss? Like, do you look at is Eric your boss?
No, I am my
You're
boss.
your own boss, right?
I am my boss.
I mean, I think that's something that people don't know, like the true dynamics of Waterwave TV. Y'all just look like you move as a unit, and nobody, Eric's Poseidon on the wall. So I mean,
for sure.
Did you get a mural yet?
We have a few paintings actually. We have merch too from our first year anniversary, and we're all on the back of it. So a lot of people don't even know that we're like on the back of their hoodies and shirts.
I'm gonna start a petition that you should get a mural.
Shoot, yeah. Tell Dio, man. Dio's a really good artist. He's the one that did that. So
did he do
that Poseidon?
Did he do the one in the back room too?
Yeah, like by the studio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's crazy.
Yeah, I'm starting a petition, man. Kelvino needs a mural.
Sign
I don't
it.
know who's like a Poseidon's equal.
Nah, Zeus is too high.
How about Aquaman?
Aquaman.
We make you Aquaman. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. No. A DC hero. I'd rather be Marvel, low key, but I guess DC works.
Too late, man. No. What was Buddy from that bogus dude from the new Wakanda movie, the new Black Panther?
Oh.
What was his name again?
Dude, I just seen that. I forgot.
Badass Mexican dude.
Yeah, with the feather feet.
Yeah.
I forgot. I just called him Aquaman too, like while I was watching
Buddy
it.
was a problem.
No, he was.
Took a whole lot.
He was a menace. Like, how did he get it? It was crazy how he got in so quickly to me.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Here's the thing. Not that we need to go down this rabbit hole, but my question is, they really made him unbeatable. How'd they beat him? Like, you're not beating that. Like, you can't beat that. Dude was invincible.
You needed the Black Panther. That's why they created the Black Panther.
I guess.
To be his.
I guess, But even, bro, that's the thing that I hate about that. Is like they even made Black Panther look like a bitch in the first one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Think about how many people he got beat up by.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of got some of his stripes back during the Endgame
He
war.
did. For sure he did.
Yeah,
he
because
definitely
his
did.
scenes were crazy and like all the technological help they did.
Yeah, no, you're right. He definitely did. He got some stripes. But I mean, he got beat up by what's dude's name? M'Baku. M'Baku whooped his ass.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
bro. Like, what are you doing
yeah.
here?
That was kind of.
He won
That
a
was
couple.
kinda
He
bad.
won a couple of fights he shouldn't have won. He got a couple of lucky W's in that movie.
Yeah, even Killmonger was kind of a lucky W to me.
It was a lucky W. It was a lucky W. It was Killmonger, and honestly, like, I wanted more Killmonger.
Truthfully,
Bro, imagine Killmonger taking over as Black Panther for real.
he played
Part 2.
that role.
Part 2. Michael B. as Black Panther.
Be goated. That'd be goated.
They would have been out of here.
Make the
Little-
spin-off, Disney. Come on.
Little Featherfeet wouldn't have stood a chance.
Mm-mm.
He'd have been out of here.
He would have been gone.
First scene,
First scene gone.
Fucking with my auntie.
Ruthless.
No, out.
Merciless.
Oh man. So, talk to me about the project, man. If you're watching this, it's out.
Yes.
It's 420.
Yes.
We're dropping.
420 we're dropping.
Um,
Love for the plug, man.
Love for the plug, man. What's the? I assume the 420 drop and the plug reference. Are we getting high or what are we doing? Smoking?
I would say it's more of like this is more of like a love song, like a love album or tape to your plug.
Okay.
You know, like you always got to appreciate your plug. I feel like a lot of the times like plugs don't really get like a good rep. Like, you know, sometimes they're not answering and like everyone's like quick to bash their plug for not answering, but they never like love their plug when they're on time, if that makes sense. If that makes sense.
I mean, it does, but at the same time, it's like, are we really supposed to praise you for doing your job?
I mean, everyone needs a little praise.
I guess you're right.
Everyone
I'm
needs
not
a little
mad at
praise.
it. I'm not mad at it. You could give the plug a little.
For sure.
That's
For
fine.
sure. For sure. But
So,
yeah.
I mean, in this term, I mean, you know, I'm familiar with a little bit with your music and how you do your thing. Like, are you actually giving love to the actual plug, or is the plug a young lady?
I'd say in some songs the actual plug, and in other songs a young lady.
Gotcha.
For sure.
So a little like double.
It's a
entendre.
little, yeah, it's a little double entendre.
Okay.
For
So
sure.
how many songs are we looking at here?
We got 3 songs and a remix, so technically 4 songs.
Okay. So it's a little
and-
like EP.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Smart.
Yes, sir.
Smart.
Ski.
Who decides that? Like, are you? That's another thing I'm wondering about. Like, are you in charge of everything when it comes to music for yourself, or is there a lot of input?
So I'd say I have 100% creative like control when it
Yeah.
comes to like putting out my music, making my music, and dropping it.
Yeah.
I definitely ask all my friends for help,
Yeah.
including like Ricky for sure.
Yeah. So you'll take input, but in the end, it's your call.
It's my call.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
how often do you take? Because you know, artists are sensitive about their shit, and of course you're going to be opinionated about your own shit. If you have an idea, like how much critique and shit can you take? Do you often take that?
I would say like I love criticism.
Yeah.
I love listening to criticism.
Yep.
Will I input anything off of that criticism? Maybe not. Maybe I see it in a different way than you do,
Yeah.
but I'm always willing to listen to criticism, and I feel like it's 100% valuable in the long run. But sometimes I also feel like your craft is your craft,
Yeah.
and you know how you want it to sound.
Yeah,
You know?
I think that's a wise thing. You know, because once you know what they say, once you put music out to the public, it's not yours anymore.
Mm-mm.
Now it's theirs. It's the consumer's. So if you have the ability to get feedback or commentary from the consumer before it's even out into the world, that can be extremely valuable.
For sure.
You know, like you don't want to put some shit out that people aren't going to be drawn to.
For sure.
You want to know if people are going to be drawn to it before you put it out.
For sure.
Yeah. So how do you like? You're hosting was the Waterwave Effect?
Yep.
One of the hosts, the Waterwave
One of the
Effect?
hosts. Yes, sir.
You work at the store.
Yes, sir.
You're doing music,
Yes, sir.
traveling,
Yep.
doing. Performing. Like how do you balance all of it, man? How do you put it all together?
A planner. That's like one of the main things is having a planner for sure, having meetings for sure, constantly trying to do it like on a weekly basis, have meetings with the team, because like we can't do this as one person, like it'd be impossible. But just honestly coming together as a unit, a lot of the guys that we've built this brand with, they're just a blessing. Like everyone knows their role, everyone knows how to play it correctly, and we're just keep elevating off playing those roles.
Yeah, I wonder often if y'all realize, if you truly realize how lucky y'all are, because you do move like a well-oiled machine, and that's really rare.
Yeah.
Like it's really rare. You know what I mean? Like I've been a part of a duo, two people.
Yeah.
That ended up not working out.
Yep.
And now it's, me and Chief again, like two people, like, and we got to keep shit together. Y'all got how many people over there, like working hand in hand, and somehow I'm sure you'll have your disagreements, but
yeah,
so make it work, man. It's impressive.
Yeah, I'd say honestly, like we it's weird like to say it, but like it feels like we're kind of like brothers, like obviously not born from the same people, but like it feels like we're literally brothers that almost feel like we are, and like just got some kind of like telekinesis like level going on to where we can just kind of read each other when it comes to like what we feel like needs to be done. We know when each other are feeling down or when the other needs a break and stuff like that. And I feel like that has been like the key driver to like a lot of the success of like where we've come. But I feel like we have a lot more to do for sure.
I mean, yeah, definitely. How often do y'all throw hands?
Not often at all. Not really. I mean, I'd say there's always disagreements, but nah, we don't need to throw hands. A lot of us don't need to throw hands. It would get vicious at Waterwave.
Yeah, I feel like it needs to happen. I mean, okay, so here's kind of an off. I feel like this is maybe an off-brand topic, but I've always looked at y'all since I found out about Waterwave TV as kind of modeled after No Jumper. And I think even early on, like I had a conversation with you or maybe you and Eric about that, and how you guys kind of modeled yourselves after that. You saw what they were doing, did it similarly. What are your thoughts on what's going on with No Jumper now, and Adam seemingly acting like a dickhead and doing dumb shit and firing everybody and people walking, and seems like it's falling apart.
Yeah. Honestly, like No Jumper was really inspirational to like our come up and like how, like you said, how we designed our business. And it's really crazy, but I feel like really Adam's tone deafness is kind of like the reason to like the full downfall. It just seems like he has a really hard time understanding like the full point of a lot of situations, and it really sucks that like it had to go down like that. And also even like the allegations and all that kind of stuff like that are behind him is it's just like I'm kind of glad that the others got to separate and create their own thing.
Yeah, I think they'll all be successful.
For sure.
Which is, I mean, also a testament to Adam and what he's done and provided for people over there.
For sure.
He did give people a platform.
He did.
So that will forever be the case. But yeah, he does. I mean, he's either extremely tone deaf or he's just so fucking stubborn that he just can't admit that he fucked up.
Yeah. That like that's really what was really pointing out at me, and I was like if he can't even like do that with his friends or his employees, like it's gonna be hard to catch him on even those other things that are out there. And I feel like at that point it's kind of like it was great while it lasted, but now it's kind of I'm cool. I'm turning that off.
I've been turning it off for a while.
Nah, for real. For real.
I mean, I was surprised though. I mean, I was surprised by it. I mean, I knew the controversy behind the one thing that I knew about the young girl situation years ago.
Yeah.
Like, this came up years ago. I thought it was already squashed and handled. But that shit never goes away.
No. No,
Never goes
and
away.
and I think like more as we advance as society
Yeah.
right now, like people are just kind of becoming more like, yo, like sure, maybe in 2017 or 18 we let that slide, but like now it's 2023, like
And we shouldn't have.
we shouldn't have let that slide.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, we're
And
done
we
with
have
that.
the internet and social media for us to re-see
Yeah.
documents and like all backtracked whatever Tumblr posts or whatever
Yeah.
out there.
Now you're definitely right about that. There were things that that we accepted years and years ago. I mean, even go further back than that. Go back to like the 90s.
For real.
There was shit happened in the 90s that we could never get away with that shit now.
For real.
Ever. There's
Yeah.
damn TV shows like literally like hit television shows that were so like crazy that you could never have on network television nowadays.
Yeah.
Never.
And I was watching The Fresh Prince like recently, and just like the amount of like Cosby references like that they have like throughout the show. It's kind of like, it's just so cringy, but it's like at the time that was like cool. And it's like with social media, obviously I feel like we would have caught up to a lot of that stuff a lot faster, and it maybe would have gotten pulled a lot faster.
Yeah,
without being a sour joke nowadays.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's we live in a wild world. So
It's wild.
Let's have a conversation about these blue checks.
Blue checks.
I'm
Oh,
curious
man.
about your take on the ability, people having the ability to purchase the blue check now. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, like I think that if you're being driven by the dopamine of social media to like look cool and be like seen more, I guess, or look popular, it's just not really worth it. I think that you should maybe make yourself do something that is being seen more and be given that, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you're on like a business level, like let's say you're a new business with a very popular name and you're trying to make sure that people know that this is the right one, that people are ordering whatever it is from, I'd say go ahead and do it. Like that just values your business, lets people know that you're not going to be scamming them. But I don't know. It's really weird situation.
I agree with you for the most part. I do think, I had this conversation with someone earlier. Like, I think if you have 600 followers and you're following 3,000 people, what's the point? Like, there's no, like, that doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, or form. Like, nobody's looking at that and being like, ooh, that's a really popular person that I need to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's not going to probably affect you in a great way.
Yeah.
But I do think on some level that if you're building something like, say, like Waterwave TV, right? And you have a good following. You do have a name that's worthy and buzzing and all that. If the point is to continue to elevate that and spending $14.99 a month on a blue check is going to help you elevate that faster, it's no different than anything else you do to elevate it faster. You know what I mean? It's no different to me than paying OT Genesis $3,000 to come do an interview.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're investing in
you're
yourself.
investing. So I think to me that feels like the blue check feels like another investment for people. Now, again, to go back, like if you're just Jimmy Two Shoes from Wyzetta and you don't really do anything, then what's the point?
Yeah, like the thing is like what I really think is like it's just a cash grab. Like it's really just a Facebook cash grab, and it's like the thing is it's like we've been built and our minds have been taught that this blue check means that people are famous or verified to society. And the fact that like there's a price tag on a blue check and then they just drop it for a month-to-month subscription basis is, to me, it's just really, are you going to fall in line with the rest of society? And I feel like that's just kind of what they want you to do.
So you're definitely right about that, and I think that speaks to probably a bigger issue in society. Is that, I think again, I've been having this conversation a lot lately. Like the new currency really is social media.
Yeah.
Followers, likes, you know, the blue check. That is the new currency. Like that has a dollar value attached to it. The one thing that I will say is, and maybe you don't know or maybe you don't, but how do you feel about someone with a large following charging for promo on their pages? Because what's the difference?
I would say that if you have a large following, it's just like a TV station basically charging ads.
Yeah.
The companies don't know that the person's going to purchase that ad or listen to that song.
Yeah.
Like, but you know that there's a certain amount of reach and there's a certain viewpoint that a post or an ad will get. And I feel like that's what you pay for. I used to work for a newspaper company, Insight News. Shout out Insight News over North. And that was like the biggest selling point to advertisers when I'd pick up the phone and try to call an advertiser was just the reach. You're literally just telling people where are all your newspapers located at and how many people are opening them up. and that's to me, that's the same exact thing with social media.
What's the difference between charging somebody $30 to post their music video on your page that has a lot more followers than them and paying Instagram to give you a blue check that you know is going to get you more attention and more followers?
I think that
I don't see a difference.
You're paying for the idea of an attention and more followers. I don't think you're guaranteed attention and more followers off of a blue check.
But you're not guaranteed more attention and more followers off of your music video either.
You're not, but you're guaranteed. You're guaranteed views, though, and that's the thing.
But
you're guaranteed analytics.
I think the blue check guarantees you views and analytics as well.
For real?
Yes, I do.
For real?
I absolutely do.
Okay, I mean,
Instagram is gonna give you. I mean, they tell you straight up. They're gonna give you priority. They're gonna put
like in comment sections
they're gonna
and stuff.
Boost you in the algorithm. So I mean, I'll tell you. Like, so I recently was verified on Instagram and Facebook. I didn't pay for either of them. I did pay for the Twitter one. Twitter, I paid for. It's done nothing for me.
Sheesh.
I'm getting no extra nothing. I'm not getting no followers, no nothing. It's done nothing for me. I'm probably going to cancel it. Now, the ones I got legitimately, I've gotten 5,000 followers in the last 2 weeks on Instagram since getting the blue check.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's working for people that have paid for it the same way.
Yeah.
But if it is, worth it.
Yeah, I mean, if it is, I'd say that that's definitely like a decent trade-off. Go ahead, pay your $15 a month to. You'd rather pay Instagram for the followers than some random website for the followers. I'd say like if that's how you look at it, but I just think that advertising is a little bit different because all these people that I think out of the 44 million people that got that blue check. I think maybe one third could be businesses or people with a business.
1/3 is high.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's
1/8.
exactly. That's very high. Like I'm trying to give it to them. So then I just feel like the rest of that 7/8 is basically just wasting their money. But that's the thing. That's the thing though, is it's like that's what they built up the blue check and the verification for
sure.
was to make that cash grab.
I think the biggest problem with it is now, and we can get off this topic in a second, but the biggest problem with it is now that the floodgates are open for charging, they're never going back.
For sure.
So
they're never.
To all the people that are saying like, I just want to earn it, never going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't. Now they can charge you for it.
Yeah.
They give it to you for free.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to leave. There's no way that they can fully close it though, because the fact that there's always going to be new people becoming famous every day, and these social media apps need a way to differentiate them from the average person.
I still think that they'll verify celebrities.
For sure.
Nationally recognized celebrities they'll probably verify. But I mean, what happens when they don't? What happens when they say, sorry, LeBron, you have to come out of pocket for that $14 a month?
I think they'll start losing a lot of their platforms.
Think so?
I think that like a person like Cristiano Ronaldo or Kim Kardashian, like any of them, they're a huge beneficiary to these platforms.
They are.
Like they put a lot of money in their pockets. And if they were to walk away because you're not giving them their blue check anymore, I think they might reconsider.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Yeah, a lot of these people, a lot of these celebrities are just they're not billionaires, but they're behind billion-dollar brands,
Yes.
and I feel like they can sway a lot of the decisions of these billion-dollar brands a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
It's complex. It's too
It is
complex.
I don't know. I don't know if someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he might stand on that for a minute and then be like, "Fuck, I need my Instagram back."
Yeah,
Fine, $14
yeah.
a month.
You
what I
know,
mean?
like I the thing is he has Twitter. He's
Call
still
his bluff.
one of the most followed people on other platforms. So it's like it really it definitely depends. You got to call the
What
bluff.
if they all do it?
Oh, but what if they all go on strike? Like if they all go.
I mean, it's a good point. It's a good point. Or go join Truth.
Yep.
Truth Social.
Yeah.
The
Or
Donald Trump one.
yeah, or like Patreon or something.
Trump would be the first guy to be like, "Come on over here, guys. Y'all don't gotta pay." For
He
that
would.
shit. Come on,
He
You're
would.
right. He'd be the first one. Come on over. Come to death row.
He's a businessman. You
Come
know
to
he
death
would do
row.
that.
We'll give you that blue check for nothing. Never,
Yep.
we'll pay you.
Yep.
Nah, you're right. You're definitely right. So, tell me a little bit more about. Let's talk a little bit more about the project. The project is, Love for the Plug,
Yes, sir.
and it's an ode to the plug that doesn't ever get the appreciation they deserve. You have any of the songs have features?
Yeah. So the last song is a feature with a new like underground artist named Kato Zai.
Kato Zai.
Now my phone wants to play it, but yeah, he's like coming up. He's from Toronto,
Yep.
really coming up in the underground scene, doing his thing. Like been headlining like a lot of shows out there in Toronto. I feel like once he really starts getting into the States, starts touring, really starts putting out some of his other features and stuff, his career will really take off.
Is that the one that's out? Do you have one out?
Yeah, I have one out.
That's the Fuck With Me remix?
Yeah,
right?
it's called Fuck With Me, and then yeah, he's on the remix.
And he's on the remix.
Yes, sir.
Wait, so he's not on the one that's out.
He's not on the one that's
so
out.
he'll be on the remix on the project.
on the project.
Got you.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay. So you
Yes,
got him on
sir.
you got him, and how did that even happen? How did you make that connection?
So like I listen to like a lot of like underground like music. I don't really like listen to like too much mainstream. And one day I just came across his stuff, and then I ended up DMing him like, "Yo, bro, you're hard." And he was just like, "Yo, like, thank you." And this was kind of like earlier in his career, and just kind of like stayed up to date with the stuff that he's been doing. Just been like commenting, shouting out, like just being really attentive to like the stuff that he's been on. And basically we kind of formed a relationship, and then we just eventually were like, "Yo, let's send some songs back and forth." So
Trying to build that buzz in Canada.
a little bit.
They got a lot going on.
You
out
know,
there.
they do got a lot. They have a very good music
Toronto
music
has a very
scene.
solid music scene.
Yes,
Very
sir.
solid, and they're right there. They're
Yeah,
right above us, man.
for sure.
Yeah, I've actually said that before. Like, I think we haven't. Minnesota should be tapping into Toronto more.
No, for real though. Like I think like it's crazy because it is kind of like closer to like Michigan, New York ish, but like really like I think that we would have a little bit of a better connection with a lot of the people out there because
They're similar climate.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, like to try and continuously compare ourselves to Atlanta or be like Atlanta. That's the South.
No,
Like,
yeah.
nah,
we got to
here.
figure out how
We
to
got Chicago
how
right
they
here,
run
we got
it.
Detroit right here.
Yeah.
We got Canada right above
For
us.
real.
Toronto has a crazy. I mean, they got a crazy music scene. So
Nah,
yeah,
for real,
yeah, man. I think that's a smart thing to do.
for sure.
Did you also you went to Kenya?
Yeah, I've been to Kenya twice in the last 2 years. Yeah.
Both times for music purposes? Or
Yeah. I was doing like some music stuff out there. Also just seeing family
Just
as
being,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've shot 3 music videos in Kenya.
Wow.
So basically just working the hands where they need to be, you
So
know.
you're spreading yourself around a little bit.
Yes,
You're
sir.
getting the fan base up in other. I mean, that's Canada and Kenya. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that my sound is a little bit more like of an international sound.
yeah.
But I think that with time, a lot more people out here will
Your
understand.
sound is very popular right now, though.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that it hasn't changed, man. It's been the same for a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, man. Well, shit. I'm glad we could do this.
Yes, sir. I
Glad we could
appreciate
retouch
you.
base. Great conversation. go get that blue check. I'll be looking forward to seeing it very soon.
Okay,
Go
I'll
get
think
the-
about it. I'll
go
think
get the
about
blue
it.
check.
Hey, Instagram, get Jake to pay for my blue check.
I mean, they didn't make me pay for mine, so I could afford one.
Yeah, see?
I could afford one.
Just put it under his account.
yeah,
yeah.
I got you. Okay. So
I get
Love for
it.
the Plug out now.
Yes, sir.
If you're watching, it's out now.
Go get that right now.
Go get it right now.
Yes, sir.
And what else? What else do they need to know?
Man, go subscribe to Water Wave TV,
Yeah.
1521 Como Avenue Southeast. We got vintage shoes and all types of great vibes.
And hit me up if you want to sign the petition to get the Kelvino mural up on the wall. there.
Yeah. I appreciate
man,
you,
where
boss.
Where can they find you at?
Find me on Instagram, Childish Kelvino. And yeah, man, Kelvino on all platforms.
None of y'all are on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook.
Are you?
I mean,
You wanna
yeah,
follow on Facebook?
sure. Go ahead, Kelvino.
All Kelvino everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Kelvino.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it. I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the South Side? Oh my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. FaceTime, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it. Same nigga that was trapping while I was suspended. You wasn't in them hallways banging, boy, you wasn't in it. Really a genuine nigga, homie, don't get offended. From East Lake, South Murder, I'm just it ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't. Say, it ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Southside Chief, homie. Now what you know, look, I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me?